They say gardening has gotten better with all these new products, but has it? Walk into any garden store today, and you'll see shelves packed with fertilizers, sprays, boosters, and advanced solutions, each one promising bigger harvests, faster growth, and perfect plants. But step back for a moment. Years ago, our parents and even their parents didn't have any of this. No shelves full of chemicals. No complicated feeding schedules. No endless instructions. And yet, their gardens were greener, stronger, more alive. Tomatoes actually tasted like tomatoes. The soil felt rich, dark, and full of life. And somehow, everything just worked. So what changed? How did something so simple become so complicated? Because gardening didn't get harder on its own. We made it that way. Somewhere along the way, gardening stopped being natural and became something we had to manage. We were told, feed more, spray more, water more, control everything. If a leaf turns yellow, add fertilizer. If you see a bug, spray it. If growth slows, buy another product. And little by little, we stopped paying attention. Instead of observing the soil, we started following instructions. Instead of understanding the plant, we started treating symptoms. And that shift changed everything. Plants that once thrived on their own became dependent. Soil that used to be alive slowly became tired and weak. And the natural balance that kept everything working started to break down. Even the insects we were taught to fear, many of them were actually helping. But we didn't know that, because no one told us to watch, to learn, to understand. They told us to buy. And the more we followed that path, the more confusing it became. More products, more problems, less confidence, until gardening, something that once brought peace, started to feel frustrating, uncertain, even overwhelming. And deep down, you feel it. This wasn't how it was supposed to be. It used to be simple. And maybe, just maybe, it still can be. Before all this, things worked better. Not because people had more knowledge, but because they trusted what already worked. Our parents didn't rush to fix every problem. When a plant struggled, they didn't panic. They watched. They waited. They paid attention. Because they understood something we've forgotten. Not every problem needs an immediate solution. Sometimes, the soil just needed time. Sometimes, the plant was adjusting. Sometimes, nature was already solving it quietly, in the background. They worked with the soil, not against it. They didn't try to force growth. They supported it. Kitchen scraps weren't thrown away, they went back into the ground. Peels, leftovers, organic waste, all returned to feed the soil that fed them. Nothing was wasted. And that soil, it wasn't just dirt. It was alive, full of organisms, nutrients, and natural balance working together in ways no bottled product can truly replace. They let nature take its course. That didn't mean they did nothing. It meant they knew when to step in and when to step back. They understood that insects weren't always enemies, that fallen leaves had a purpose, that not every plant needed to look perfect to be healthy. There was patience, there was rhythm, there was trust, and most importantly, there was partnership. Because a garden is not something you control, it's something you work with. You listen to it, you learn from it, you adjust with it, and when you do that, everything begins to change. The pressure disappears, the confusion fades, and gardening becomes what it was always meant to be: simple, peaceful, alive. And here's the truth most people don't realize. This new method everyone is talking about today, composting, natural soil care, working with ecosystems, it's not new at all. It's old wisdom, rediscovered. What worked back then still works now. We just have to return to it. Look back at those gardens. Not the ones in magazines. Not the ones selling a product. The real ones. Backyards. Village plots. Spaces quietly worked on, season after season. There was no constant spraying. No strict, complicated routines. No shelves full of expensive inputs. And yet, the plants were strong. They didn't collapse at the first sign of stress. They adapted. They pushed through changing weather, pests, and imperfect conditions. The soil was alive, dark, crumbly, full of life you couldn't always see, but you could feel it. If you dug your hand in, it had a richness to it, a softness, a kind of quiet energy. And the harvests, they were reliable. Not always perfect, not always identical, but consistent. Season after season, something grew. Something produced, Something sustained the family. So the question is, why did it work so well? It wasn't luck. It was the foundation. Healthy soil, patience, and balance. That's what held everything together. The soil wasn't being forced, it was being fed. Slowly, naturally, continuously. Organic matter went in. Life multiplied underground. Nutrients cycled the way they were designed to. And over time, that soil became stronger, not weaker. Patience played its part too. There was no rush for instant results. No pressure to fix everything overnight. They understood that real growth takes time. And balance. That might be the most important piece of all. Not every insect was eliminated. Not every leaf had to be flawless. Not every plant needed to grow at maximum speed. Because in a balanced garden, problems don't disappear. They regulate themselves. Helpful insects keep harmful ones in check. Healthy soil supports resilient plants. And small issues stay small, instead of becoming disasters. Somewhere along the way, we forgot that. We started chasing perfection. Perfect leaves, perfect growth, perfect results. But plants were never designed for perfection. They were designed for consistency, steady care, healthy roots, a living environment that supports them day after day. And when you give them that, they don't just survive. They thrive naturally. That's the proof. Not in theory, not in marketing, but in the quiet success of gardens that worked. Long before everything became complicated. You don't need to overhaul everything. You don't need to throw away your tools, or suddenly change your entire garden overnight. Just start simple, because small, consistent changes create the biggest results. Start here. Feed your soil, not just your plants. Instead of chasing quick fixes with fertilizers, begin adding compost regularly. Kitchen scraps, dry leaves, organic waste. These don't just feed your plants for a moment. They build the soil over time. And when the soil is healthy, the plants take care of themselves. Water deeply, but less often. Most people water too frequently, keeping the surface wet but the roots shallow. Instead, water slowly and deeply so it reaches down where the roots need it most. Then step back. Let the soil breathe. Let the roots search, stretch, and grow stronger. Stop reacting to every small issue. A yellow leaf doesn't mean failure. One insect doesn't mean invasion. Before you act, pause. Give it time. Watch what happens next. You'll be surprised how often the garden corrects itself without your interference. Leave some natural matter to return to the soil. Not everything needs to be cleaned up. Fallen leaves, trimmed stems, organic debris, these are not waste. They are part of the cycle. As they break down, they return nutrients back into the soil, quietly rebuilding what your plants will need next. And maybe the most important step of all, observe more before you act. Spend time in your garden without trying to fix anything. Look at the leaves. Touch the soil. Notice the patterns. Because the more you observe, the less you'll need to guess. Do less, but do it better. That's where real progress begins. Gardening was never meant to be stressful. It was never meant to feel confusing, or overwhelming, or like something you're constantly getting wrong. It was meant to be steady, quiet, and deeply rewarding. A place where time slows down, and things grow at their own pace. Our parents didn't have more tools. They had something more valuable: understanding. They knew when to act, and when to wait, when to help, and when to trust the process. They didn't try to control everything. They worked with what was already there. And maybe that's what we need to return to. Because the secret to healthier plants today isn't hidden in another product. It's not locked inside a complicated routine. It's something much simpler, something familiar, something we already knew, and somehow forgot. But the good news is, it's still there, waiting for you to come back to it.